And it's one of the 6 brothers of the bouzouki, I should say, Niaveti.
Yes, that's right.
Niaveti Mustafa. Before we introduce Niaveti, can I just get something clear, Ben? What his command of English is okay?
It's very formal.
Very formal?
Yes.
So, has he done any radio interviews before?
Not in England, no.
All right.
It's his first time.
Well, perhaps we could ask Niaveti, in classic On the Wire tradition, to come into the microphone a little bit. Could you?
Yes.
Hello. Welcome to On the Wire, Niaveti.
And welcome to you too, kind sir.
Thank you very much. Could you tell us something about your family?
Yes, I have a big family. There's many brothers, and some of them are in my group that we play, and a formidable uncle.
And whereabouts do you come from?
We come from Shegareli.
And in which country is that?
It's near the border.
Border of which country?
Several
countries.
It's not too safe to speak about.
I see. So it's a bit of a sensitive issue we're talking about.
It is.
And are you really... what was the reason you came to England to play music?
It's the technology of Britain is very fine, very cool fridges, cool shranker.
You're very fond of fridges, I believe.
Fridges are my lifeline.
Is it so that really from the land from whence you came, there are very few fridges to be found?
There are many now. We bring most of them.
Oh, you brought most of the fridges over with you?
We brought them to home, and we bring some more back.
What should you keep in the fridges then?
We keep a wide variety.
A wide variety of artifacts?
Artifacts of all kinds, agricultural implements.
Yes. And you find keeping them cool helps you in your work, do you?
It does indeed. Keeps them fresh.
Right. Let's bring in Ben a moment. What is your connection? Because I know you've been very helpful to the Mustaphas in this country, Ben, in introducing them to...
Well, it's just really the role of friendly exploiter, really, because I recorded the band with an eye to a profit, and they're very happy to work for me. They respect me a lot because I have a lot of talent. It's probably that. I don't know, really.
So they're happy to be exploited. They see themselves really like one of the Western pop groups, do they?
They are one of the Western pop groups. They are one of the Western pop groups, which is why Globe Style had no hesitation in signing them up.
Well, perhaps we'll bring Niaveti back into the microphone now. In you come, Niaveti. Now, which kind of pop groups do you like from the West? Which
I like very much the 3 Mustafa. It's nice.
Just the 3 Mustafa. I just wondered if you'd listened to any of the other pop groups.
I heard one once. Yes, it was quite nice. I can't remember who they were.
Cliff Richard.
Cliff Richard. He's nice man.
Cliff Richard. Do you have a record? Man. Do you have a record player yourself?
No.
You don't possess a record player?
No.
So what kind of things do you like about England and working in England?
The tractors, good. Modern tractors.
And do you possess a tractor?
I have several, yes. My uncle has several.
Can you tell us something about your brothers then? What are your brothers called and what do they play in the Mustaphas?
We have one is Fahani, who plays the hand drums and bangs things and shakes other things. And Huzam is our little nightingale who plays the drum kit, the modern Western drum kit we have, and the formidable uncle with sometimes with bladder problems, but he is very authoritative. Plays the bouzouki and the saz.
And the what?
Saz is like a bouzouki, but it's more Turk.
How far have we got? Is that 4? 4 so far. Is there 2 more?
There is myself.
Yeah. And what do you play?
I play the accordion, piano accordion, and the flutes of many kinds and loud things.
You seem to.
Who did I say? The bassman.
There's one more.
We have a bassman.
Was one more to go?
What about the violinist?
I think there's a violin player sometime.
Is there more than 6 then?
Sometimes it's up to 17, but yes.
I'm very impressed by your uncle Petrel, is it? And he does some narrations. He introduces some of the songs because
he has some fine folk tales.
Are these all from the land of your origin? Are they?
They are, yes, and some of them are events that happen to ourselves.
Because they're very affecting and very emotional. I think it might be a good idea to play a track from your first recording in England, which
Mustaphas sings in the bath, yes.
Yes. Well, it was Bam, wasn't it?
Yes,
Bam, Mustafa. Yes. Was it recorded in the bathroom?
It was recorded in a big bath.
This is a 100% digital bathroom, of course. Yeah. And you had some hand in leading them to the bathroom,
yes,
did you, Ben?
We decided that they should only record in the best suite. Well, we thought Mustafa was very happy singing at home in the bathroom, and for the best confidence we found the largest bathroom we could, which was large deserted swimming pools, and we put them in the bottom of the deep end.
Right.
And recorded them there, so they were very pleased.
Took away the water.
I took away the water first.
Oh, really? Oh, well, did you put the water back?
No, it wasn't necessary. They demolished it straight after.
Okay, fine. Well, Niavetti, come into the microphone once more. It is the On The Wire call. This song that we're going to play now, Singe Tema.
Yes.
Can you tell us something about this song?
It's a song from Swahili, his language, East African, and a big mix-up.
So this
Mix
means
of African and Indian and Arabic.
So this means the
Suitable.
Mustaphas are very cosmopolitan. Do you understand what I mean by cosmopolitan people?
Yes, we read lots of nice magazines also.
Right. Okay. And so we'll hear this now, and we'll have a dance in the studio. 3 Mustaphas, 3 Singe Tema.
Sijanyamaza, nela wama wajumgenelemeza. Singetema yamenishinda kumeza. Mtu la kweli husema, nami nasema sijanyamaza. Singetema yamenishinda kumeza. Nasema chapo sitaki, wenye wanapende mema wajua hapa sishiki. Singetema kumeza haya muziki. Nipona kweli husema, nami nasema singenyamaza. Singetema yamenishinda kumeza. Lisifuatika, lingepangwa, mwenye kupanga huchoka. Nimeshindwa kumeza yasiyomezeka. Lipo la kweli husemwa, nami nasema sitanyamaza. Singetema yamenishinda kumeza. Nisema ni wanadamu, si lazima wajiunga nilaumu. Singetema kuna mengine ya sumu. sitanyamaza. Singetema, singetema, yamenishinda kumeza. Mtu la kweli husema, nami nasema sitanyamaza. Singetema, singetema, yamenishinda kumeza. Kweli husema, nami nasema sitanyamaza. Singetema, singetema, yamenishinda kumeza.
Singitema by the Three Mustaphas 3, and my name's Steve Barker. This is On The Wire. My special guest today is Mr. Niyavetti Mustafa from the Three Mustaphas 3, and the track you heard there was from the first album, recorded 100% digital in a bathroom. Mustaphas play stereo, bam. Mr. Mustafa, would you like to come into the microphone once more, and we'll
inside.
We'll talk once more. Have you had any difficulty with the English diet, the food?
The
since you've
food
been in this country?
is a strange problem for sometimes. It's much chip.
Much chip.
It's interesting but strange.
So, what do you and your brothers do for food, especially when you're on the road touring and playing like you were last night in Manchester? Is it difficult for you to get any sustenance?
We bring a large bag of food, and sometimes nice lady cook us nice food. Last night.
At the international,
proper international food. Yes.
Was it a good show last night?
It was a good show. Yes, I think we were very good.
Do the people know how to dance to the Mustaphas music?
You heard our brutal beat. This is Mustaphas' brutal beat for the ballrooms, but I think they find it sometimes confusing.
So they don't know how to move the limbs, the legs and arms then to the music?
Sometimes they do their best, and sometimes it's quite good.
Do the Mustaphas give any demonstrations of how to dance?
We do. We have our chicken scratch dancing and our large spider dance that we perform. Is
this a difficult dance to learn at all?
It's very easy.
It's very easy?
It's very easy to learn.
I should imagine lots of children would like the Mustaphas music, because it is very joyful, isn't it?
Sometimes it's joyful, sometimes it's hot. Rendering.
Sad.
Sad is, yes.
Sad, and this obviously captures the mood of your homeland in a way, doesn't it?
It captures the mood of our homeless hearts.
That's right, of which we will speak no more, I think, because for sentimental reasons. Yeah, I'm sorry your brothers weren't able to come with you today.
No, there is some problem. They have to go quickly.
But you've had much success on radio before with Uncle John Peel, of course.
Nice Mr. Peel, he's a nice man. Yes.
Championed the Mustaphas in this country.
Indeed.
And played them on his radio show many times. For that, you must be very grateful to Mr. Peel.
Mr. Peel is a good man, yes.
Well, I've heard it said. And I suppose you're quite gratified at the people here who've turned up to see you today, because quite a few friends have come to see you and meet you especially.
Yes, I'm very pleased to meet them all.
Good. Now, there's the Mustaphas have a new record out quite soon. How long is that? We'll bring Ben in again, because I think he's more involved in the merch, the exploitation of the Mustaphas.
Yes, early February, I hope, and it's a new thing for Globestyle, because it's a 7-inch as well as a 12-inch record, and we realised that Mustaphas could cater not just for the limbs, but for something for the mind
And for the heart.
And for the heart, especially, as Mr. Mustafa tells you, for the heart. The very sentimental record, we thought it was time that sentiment crept back in with all its clothes on.
There's no noticeable lack of sentiment, I think, in the pop music today.
Yes, people are afraid of showing their true feelings in music. Mustafa believes that, and I'm happy to back them up.
So we're looking for some maybe Radio 2 play for this new disc.
Or at least 2 plays. I think.
Radio 2 plays. Okay, can we have perhaps Mr. Mustafa will introduce the song?
The song has been a hit for other people in Afghanistan, in Zaire, and in Madagascar. It's called Si vous passez par là. Is my gentle brother, the little nightingale, will sing.
And that's the new single by the Three Mustaphas 3, due out aching stuff there, Ben, aching stuff.
Aching.
A king among stuff. Yes, it's due out early February.
Right, and hopefully there'll be another appearance on TV, because do I recall there was an appearance by the Three Mustaphas 3 on TV?
Nice Mr. Wogan invited us with a friend of ours.
And did he enjoy the offerings of the Mustaphas?
I don't know. He's a confused man.
Obviously so. Well, he must have been after you were on, I would have thought, really. Because, anyway, let's talk about the cultural side of the Mustaphas.
Culture.
Because, obviously, you've got...
Cultural and Western, that music.
Cultural and Western is nice, yes.
Yeah, because obviously you have some deep cultural interests.
Indeed.
Could you explain to us what they are?
In which areas?
In any areas.
All cultures?
All cultures,
Agriculture is very important to us, yes. And viniculture and horticulture, and also...
Apiculture? You like that, don't you?
Apiculture, yes, the bees and the bears. Bear culture.
Obviously brothers of the soil.
Of the soul.
Of the soul and the soil. But you must very much miss, really, much of your old life, having to come to England and live in a big city.
We miss our taxi at home. We have a taxi in Shegarelli. We miss it very much.
But you ran a taxi?
No, there was a taxi in Shegarelli. Where I live now, there are many taxis, so I don't know which one is going in which direction, so I don't know which to get in.
Well, I really think Ben should have explained to you what happens with taxis. Have you not done this, Ben?
Well, I've taken them in taxis before, and they did like that. But because it was in the nature of a round trip, we started off and ended up in the same place.
I see.
It was merely for the experience of being inside a cab that I took them, and we paid for it out of their royalties.
And we found it's cheaper to stay at home and quicker.
Yeah, well, quite. There must be many other things that's confusing for you in this country in that case, then. Are there any other confusing things apart from the taxis?
The buses. There's many buses. At home we have one bus. There is only one place to go, so you go in the bus.
Tell them about that train. You know, that one that took the band somewhere and you didn't know where you were.
Oh, the train. It took the band on the train, and it took us all day. And then we got there, and nobody told us why.
Did you get back?
We got back, yes. We walk.
Yeah. But at least I suppose you've got your instruments with you. You carry your instruments all the time.
Mostly we have our instruments, yes.
So you wouldn't be unhappy because you could play, I suppose.
We can uplift our hearts.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a very strong message, really, for anybody, because if they're going to get lost, if they take an instrument with them, then they'll feel a bit happier about things, won't they?
This is
so, isn't it? So what are the plans for the Mustaphas in the future? Are there any big exciting plans for the Mustaphas?
We have been exploring some commercial contacts in this town, in this part of the world, and we think maybe we'll set up a branch here.
So when you say set up a branch, do you mean part of the family will move up here, or
set up a new branch of the family here with import-export business?
I see. So you think this part of the country is ripe for further Mustapha exploitation?
It is, yes.
I was very struck by this exploitation angle because it's very much like, say, the Partridge family, isn't it? The Mustaphas, where they were sold as...
No, we have nightingales in our family.
Yes, nightingales. This is why I was making the connection, because it's a very much a family thing, isn't it? And there's all the sentiment and all the things that go with being in a family. That's one of the attraction of the Mustaphas, isn't it?
Which is this Partridge?
The Partridge family. I'm sure Ben will have remembered the Partridge
Mr.
family.
Mendelssohn.
It's from that Christmas carol that we taught you to sing last year about the Partridge family in the tree.
The Partridge in the Tree. Yes. Nice family.
That's right.
Nice
you
family.
Liked that, didn't you?
It's a good song. I like that song.
I think that's quite a good idea, actually, Ben, and something you could cash in from with the Mustaphas in that you're going to have to be thinking about it quite soon. A Christmas song for next year.
I think it's April, the next one.
Yes,
the Christmas song.
The Christmas song.
Yes,
well, at least it'll have plenty of time to sell, I suppose.
Yes, but as we were explaining earlier, it's not really a matter of selling a record in 3 weeks and stopping. Once we put a record out, we'll sell it and sell it.
Right.
And we can
We
always
sell the same copy up to 6 times.
Yes, that has a very good resale value. We believe that Mustaphas instantly become collector's items. So there's a good investment. It's not just a music.
The next one we will delete before it's released, I think.
Right.
So
That's always a good. That's always a good move.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad to see, Mr. Mustafa, that during the course of our interview, you have managed to be able to understand me, and not only that, you've been able to pick up a few new words of English and help you communicate in future.
That's very
Yes.
good. Tell him your new word.
my new word that I learned yesterday was long underwear. They tell me about it. It's good.
Well, there's perhaps more long underwear in the north than the south of England because
I think
it's
maybe.
colder.
I think maybe.
There's perhaps something could be said for doing an import-export business with long underwear, I suppose, to the Balkans.
And
Yeah.
ski sticks to Madagascar.
That's
Yes.
right. That's right. I've been very impressed by the Mustaphas music. I must thank you for coming on our programme On The Wire.
Thank you,
And
nice man.
as a representative of your family, and I think we'll finish the interview by playing the B-side, as we call it, of your new single, and if you could tell us what that's about.
This
and
one
introduce
is
it for us.
Starehe Mustafa. It's a tune that we made up ourselves, and is quite alarming.
Thank you, Mr. Mustafa, and thank you, Ben Mandelson.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Here we go.
Disco Partizane 3 Mustafa 3.
And there we are, the three Mustaphas three, and Ben Mandelson, our special guests on The Wire this week, and that was a pleasure. I think I had a bit of difficulty actually talking to Mr. Mustafa to begin with because of the formality, really, with which they used to actually converse in. But I think we got around it in the end, and I think it was a learning experience for both of us. And I think quite